Hey everybody, Wendy Devereaux here. Welcome to my channel. If you would like to see how I made this multicolored painting with gold, silver, and sage green, then please keep watching. Before I start on my painting, I just wanted to take a moment and share with everybody all of this blingy goodness that Laura over at Laura's Art Corner sent to me. And I've taken it out of the packaging just so that you can have a really good look because it's absolutely beautiful. So in the front row here is all of the crushed glass bits. And this is royal purple. It is such a rich, rich color. This is purple. Oh, this stuff is beautiful. This is bright gold. Champagne. Silver. And this is fairy dust sparkle. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. And then in the back row, we have the glass glitters. This is purple passion. Would marry up beautifully with the purple. This is fairy dust sparkle. It's a beautiful gold. Silver fusion. And silver pizzazz. And these silvers are true silvers. I just absolutely love them. There's no gray tone to them. They're absolute pure silver. And I'll leave a link in my description box to Laura's Art Corner, as well as a discount code for 10% off. And it's Wendy, all caps, 10%. And if you have a special crafter in your life, what a great gift basket for Christmas. Like some beautiful blingy goodness from Laura's Art Corner, some paints and canvases. That would make such a great gift basket for Christmas, I think. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to set this aside and we'll get going on my painting. For today's painting, I'm going to be using an 18 by 24 inch canvas. My paints are champagne gold, DecoArt, sage green, craftsmart. I have some black here that I want to add in with my sage green just to darken it up a little bit. Brown metallic, craftsmart. Coffee latte, folkArt. Vanilla, craftsmart. And one of my favorites is Zinc metallic DecoArt. My bling is my gold crushed filler glass Ashland brand from Michaels. My glitters are the Silver Fusion Glass Glitter, Laura's Art Corner. And I have my Roaring 20s Spin It brand. This is Sage Recollections. I have some pretty beads here that I picked up at Michaels. I may be using some of those in my painting today, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I'm going to frame it out with my silver rhinestone bling wrap. I picked this up at Amazon. I will leave a link. And I have my DecoArt liquid glass to adhere all of my bling. I have some tacky glue here because this rhinestone ribbon is not self-adhesive. I have some painter's tape that I'm going to need today. And I have some brushes. So yeah, you guys, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to tape off my canvas where I want to do most of my striping. If I tape it off, it's a whole lot easier for me to make a nice brush stroke with my striping, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. Okay, so then when I go to do my striping, I can just come up to the green tape, the painter's tape, and not have to worry about touching in here, okay? And now this sage green craftsmart is not, it's not dark enough for me. I want to darken it up a little bit. So I'm going to add some in my cup. And I'm going to add a little bit of black to it. Okay, and that's the color that I want. The other green, like this is sage green. I'll just show you here. And this is the sage green right out of the jug. To me, that's too green. And it's amazing. You can just add a little bit of black paint to darken some of your colors. Okay. Now, when I do my striping effect, I like to paint away from myself or my paper towel. All right, so I'm just going to turn that around. Okay, I'm going to start with my vanilla craftsmart. And my coffee latte folkArt. This is very thick paint. My brown metallic craftsmart. I'm just trying to balance out my colors, like throughout my canvas. And then my champagne gold. And then my Zinc DecoArt. And then now my mixture of sage. Sometimes you get these clumps in your paint if they've been sitting on the shelf a little too long, so I'm just going to pick some out that I spotted when they came out of the jugs. Okay, and now I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to load it up here. I'm not too worried about my sides. I'm going to come back and clean those up with, I'm not too sure which color, but I will make a solid color out of them. But I'm just going to just make sure there's not too many drips on the sides. I think I need a little more vanilla over here. I have my hand underneath my canvas, holding it off of the frame. Okay, so I'm going to stop at that. I'm going to pull my tape off. Okay, so the bottom portion of my canvas is all dry, and I love that striping effect. It's really fun to do this because you never know what you're going to end up with. It's always different, right? So now I'm going to tape the striping part off here. Now I've made sure that my paint is completely dry here because I don't want any of it to pull off when I pull this painter's tape off. Okay, and I'm going to paint the top part in just the champagne gold. And I'm sure that I'm going to probably need 2 coats of this to get full coverage. Hopefully I've gotten rid of all the clumps in my gold paint here. Okay, I'm not going to pull the tape yet. I'm going to put on a second coat, see where I end up. I may need to put a third, and then I'll pull the tape off. Okay, so now that my paint is all dry and I can see better what I want to do on the sides and then a little bit up front, I'm going to do the gold. And I'm going to bring my bling wrap in about this far because I think that will look very, very, very pretty. So I'm going to also bring my gold paint to probably about this point here, as far as in here. So I'm just going to put some of my champagne gold on a plate. And I think that using a foam brush will be the best. And then I will need a couple of coats for sure, maybe even 3. Okay, so the paint is all dry and now I'm ready to put on my frame. And I'm using the crystal rhinestone ribbon from Amazon. I will leave a link, like I said, in my description box. I'm just going to measure it out and cut it. Okay, and this does not have a self-adhesive backing, so I'm going to be using my Tacky Glue. And the only thing that I want to make sure of is that when I put my Tacky Glue on, that I completely cover the back side of this and get it as close to the edge of the ribbon as possible so that I have no lifting, if that makes sense. There, easy peasy. That is beautiful with the gold coming up the side like that. Okay, I'm going to finish framing out my canvas and then I will bring you back. Okay, my frame is all done and now it's time to put all my blingy goodness on. And the glue is still drying on my frame. I don't need to wait for that to dry in order to go to the next step. So I've got my DecoArt liquid glass and I just have it in a little squeeze bottle here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a little bit of a line here from my painter's tape. I didn't even think to kind of brush that while it was still wet. So I'm going to add a little bit of crushed glass and glitter on that just to camouflage it. But for now, I'm just going to go down the center here. Okay, and I have a small foam brush. Just going to push it up to my frame a little bit. I think I'm going to start up here. Come in with some longer ones. Keep them as straight as possible. As I come to the peak, I'm releasing my brush. It just helps them get a little bit more pointy. Okay, and then I'm going to go in between with some shorter little icicles. I have to remember to keep my head straight. A lot of times when I'm concentrating, I'll cock my head, and then my icicles will go sideways, of course. Just going to add a little bit on the side here. You can use a little craft brush as well to really get them pointy up top. My tips are pretty good right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and add my gold crushed filler glass. Sometimes I'll add glitter down the center where my two paint colors are meeting, but I think I'm going to have so much crushed glass and glitter on here that I'm not going to concern myself with it. And I'm going to start with my Roaring 20s. It's the larger glitter that I have. I'm not getting any of the, enough of these bigger flakes in here. I don't know if you can see that or not, so I'm just going to take it out of, I'm just going to spread it on here with this little spoon. Okay, and then I'm going to take the sage. This is the Recollections. And the wonderful Silver Fusion Glass Glitter Laura's Art Corner. Now I really want to load this up. I have a lot of exposed liquid glass yet, and this is what I want to really, really showcase in my piece. Laura, this is absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love this silver. I can't say it enough, you guys. This is a pure silver. I'm going to be doing a purple and gold piece in the very near future with all of the crushed glass bits from Laura's Art Corner. Okay, you guys, I know this looks like a hot mess right now, but once it's dry, I will bring you back and we will brush it off. My liquid glass is all dry, and now it's time to brush this off. Okay, so I've decided that these are the little beads from Michaels. I think I'm going to add some in the corners. I think this will look really, really pretty like that. Okay, so I'm just going to take my hot glue, a little dollop on the back, and set it right on the corner like so. I'm just going to make sure that the little holes are going to be sideways so I don't see those. So I'm going to glue it on kind of sideways. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the remaining 3 corners, and then I will display it for you. Okay, everybody, here's the finished look. I am so happy with the way this turned out. This is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love this color combination with just a little bit of sage green in it. And look at the sparkle. That's from that champagne gold. And it just goes throughout the whole painting. I love the way that does that. I know some of you have commented that you end up getting a muddled look. So I think I'm going to do a tutorial in the very near future just on the striping effect. I won't do any bling or anything like that, just on the striping. So watch for that video, you guys. Okay, and I ended up putting one more little bead on each of the corners. I had some extras. And I'm glad I went with the gold along the frame here. Oh, this is so sparkly. And this silver glitter from Laura's Art Corner, the glass, it has a chunkiness to it, like it has a fine, and then there's these little chunks in it. And it's almost like little mirrors in there. It's absolutely stunning. I love this stuff. Thank you, Laura. And make sure you visit her shop, you guys, and get that 10% discount with my discount code. I will leave that in my description box. And like I said earlier, a gift basket for that crafter friend of yours for Christmas with some bling from Laura's Art Corner and some paints and a canvas. And that crafter friend could be you. I know I would be doing it. Oh, this is so beautiful, you guys. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. It feeds the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that little notification bell and you will be notified when I upload all my future videos. And as always, you guys, I so appreciate you taking the time to watch, and God bless.